In the final moments of Earth's story, when the world no longer looks like the one we knew, a creature will rise, not from myth or legend, but from beneath our very feet. It will not come to warn, but to declare. It will not whisper, but speak with the voice of undeniable truth. This is Dabbat al-Ard, the beast of the earth, foretold in the Qur'an and Hadith. It is the sign that will silence denial, mark every soul, and announce that the time of repentance has ended. As the sun begins to rise from the west and the natural order collapses, one of the most terrifying and awe-inspiring signs of the hour will unfold before the eyes of humanity, and nothing will ever be the same again. There will come a day when the world seems to turn on itself. The balance of the cosmos, once so perfectly tuned, begins to distort. The sun, so dependable in its eastern rise, shocks the world as it ascends from the western horizon. A celestial event so incomprehensible, so shattering to the human mind, that it will cause both the scholar and the skeptic to pause in frozen awe. But this is not the end. It is only the beginning. From that moment on, time itself feels heavier. The world grows quieter, as if holding its breath. Birds no longer sing with the same melody. The winds seem hesitant, burdened with the weight of something greater. The ground, once so secure, begins to shift, and from its heart something ancient stirs. A pulse from the earth's core, a signal sent through stone and soil, announcing the arrival of a sign foretold not just by books, but etched into divine fate itself. It is then, beneath the eyes of a trembling humanity, that the earth splits, not in rage, but in revelation. Dust swirls, rocks are displaced, and from the gap a form rises. Not monstrous, yet not man. Not animal, yet not spirit. It is Dabbat al-Ard, the beast of the earth. Its arrival is not subtle. It is not a creeping presence that hides in shadow. No, this creature arrives with purpose, with presence, and with the weight of divine command. The people look upon it, some with terror, some with disbelief, others with a realization that crushes the soul. The beast does not hunt. It does not roam aimlessly. It moves with deliberate intent. Each step it takes is known to the Lord of the worlds. Each breath it draws is part of the script written before time began. It is not here to destroy cities or consume nations. It is here to speak. And when it speaks, it does not use the tongue of animals or the sounds of beasts. Its voice is clear. Its words are structured, piercing. The language it uses is not one you can misinterpret. It speaks with divine clarity, a language that needs no translation because its meaning is felt in the heart before it reaches the ear. Every human who hears it knows this is not of this world. It calls out, not names, but truths. It identifies the believers and the deniers. It knows what lies behind smiles, what festers beneath piety, and what sincerity is hidden in the hearts of the unseen. There is no escaping its gaze. No disguises are strong enough. No lies are convincing enough. The beast has not come to offer choice. It has come to confirm fate. People cry out, not out of hope, but regret. They beg, not for mercy, but for reversal. But the door is already closed. The sun has already reversed its course. The world has already been warned. The time for pleading has ended. The Prophet Muhammad foretold this creature. He did not describe it with ornamental words or mythical tales. He described it as truth, a sign, a creature that would appear after the sun has risen from the west. He told us it would emerge and speak to mankind at a time when belief has become a rarity and truth is seen as fiction. This moment is not isolated. It is part of a divine orchestration, one sign leading to another, one trumpet blast away from the resurrection. The scholars have written of this. Ibn Kathir, Imam Nawawi, and others all affirm the reality of this being. Not a metaphor, not a symbol, but a physical creature, sent not to guide, but to separate. Its arrival is not chaos, it is clarity. It is order returning in the most dramatic form. The beast walks not as a messenger, but as a witness, a walking declaration of divine justice. And what it speaks, what it says, will change the course of every soul still alive. The Qur'an spoke of this moment with chilling precision. And when the word is fulfilled against them, we shall bring forth for them a beast from the earth, speaking to them because mankind had no faith in our signs. Surah An-Naml 82. This verse does not just describe an event. It exposes a condition. Humanity had reached a point of arrogance where divine signs were ignored, mocked, or commercialized. The Qur'an, once recited with reverence, became background noise. The truth once upheld became inconvenient. And when disbelief becomes the rule, not the exception, the earth itself will testify. The beast is that testimony, a sign not from the sky, but from the soil, a reminder that the very earth we walk upon is aware of its creator and has been waiting for the command. When the command arrives, it doesn't hesitate. It opens its depths and releases the sign that speaks not just to ears, but to hearts. The Arabic word tukallimuhum used in the Quran is deliberate. It does not suggest a riddle or code. It implies direct, purposeful speech. The beast will converse, not in riddles, not in illusions. Its message will be unavoidable. And the worst part, it won't say anything new. It will simply confirm what every soul already knew deep inside but refused to accept. Faith will no longer be something one can claim. It will be something marked. The beast with the staff of Musa and the seal of Suleiman will approach people one by one. With the staff, it will touch the faces of the believers, leaving a light that shines not only on their skin, but from within their souls. This mark will be their badge of truth. With the seal, it will press upon the disbelievers, not with cruelty, but with finality, a dark imprint, not of ink, but of fate. It will not burn, but it will be shameful. It will not wound, but it will expose. No place to hide, no room to run. In markets, in homes, in mosques, in temples, the beast will walk. It will find each soul, and when it speaks to you, it will be as if your own deeds are reading themselves aloud. The secrets you thought were buried will echo in your ears. The excuses you rehearsed will vanish. The truths you laughed at will now stand over you like mountains. And the earth, it will be still, as if all creation is watching this moment. As if the sky, the birds, the trees, everything knows that this is the last chance. Not to act, but to witness. This is not the beginning of judgment, but it is the beginning of the end. The final roll call of belief and disbelief. The curtain is being drawn. And Dabbat al-Ard, the beast of the earth, is the one pulling the rope. The mission of this beast is singular: to mark, to speak, to reveal. It will not teach, it will not preach. It is not here for dawah, it is here for declaration. And once it has walked the earth, once every mark has been made, the stage will be set for the next tremor, the next blast, the resurrection. And on that day, the marks it left behind will not fade. They will stand before the throne of Allah as evidence. For those who lived in truth, it will be a badge of honor. For those who denied, it will be the weight they carry to their grave. And as the beast moves on, its presence will haunt the hearts of those who ignored the signs. Its words will replay in the minds of those who mock the truth. And in the silence it leaves behind, one realization will remain. The time is no more, the judgment is near, and the truth is no longer hidden. From the heart of the sacred lands, near the mountain of Safa in Mecca, a place where prophets once walked and where revelation first descended, the ground will tremble with reverence, not rage. It is from this very soil, soaked in centuries of prayer, tears, and prostration, that the beast will emerge, not from some distant wasteland or obscure corner of the earth, but from the very epicenter of divine presence. This emergence is not a spectacle, it is a statement from Allah to His creation that what was prophesied has arrived, and the time for silence has ended. This is not a creature of chaos. It does not tear through buildings or send people fleeing in terror like a monster from legend. No, it moves with intention. Its emergence is guided by divine command, each motion precise and filled with purpose. The people watching may tremble, but the beast does not. It is not confused, nor does it hesitate. It does not question its mission or falter in its duty. The beast is not a being with desires, emotions, or ambitions. It is not guided by anger or pity. It is the executioner of divine clarity, and every step it takes is known and measured. In its hands, or perhaps woven into its very form, it carries two artifacts of immense symbolic and spiritual weight: the staff of Musa, the prophet Moses, and the seal of Suleiman, the prophet Solomon. These are not relics of history. They are not tools to impress or intimidate. They are instruments of divine identification, marking not bodies, but souls. With the staff, the beast approaches the believers, and with a single touch it marks them, not with fire or force, but with light. A radiant glow will emerge on their foreheads, not artificial or cosmetic, but one that reveals the purity of their belief. Imagine a believer in the crowd, heart trembling, unsure of what awaits, and then the beast stops before him, raises the staff, and gently presses it against his face. In an instant, light bursts forth, not painful, not blinding, but pure. It is the proof of sincerity, the affirmation of faith. In that moment, everything they suffered for their beliefs, every tear shed in secret prayers, every sacrifice made for the sake of Allah, is confirmed. They are seen, they are known. But for the disbeliever, the moment is not silent, it is suffocating. The beast approaches, and instead of the staff, it raises the seal, the very mark of Suleiman. With it, the beast brands them. A dark mark appears, stark against the skin, not with the smell of smoke or the pain of flame, but with the cold finality of rejection. This is not a punishment. It is a revelation, a mirror of their own denial made visible to all. The people begin to look at one another, no longer with suspicion or uncertainty. The truth is now worn on the face. A crowd that once appeared united in markets, in families, in prayer halls is now divided, not by language, race, or wealth, but by the condition of their hearts. The marks are irreversible. No washing, no covering, no attempt to erase them will succeed. They are not written in ink or pigment, they are written in destiny. And so the beast continues, walking among the people. Crowds part for it. The believers step aside in relief, knowing they have been seen and acknowledged. The disbelievers try to hide, but it is futile. The beast finds them. It always finds them. It moves through the cities, the villages, the hidden places of the world. There is no corner dark enough to escape its sight. It knows who has turned away from the truth, not based on appearances, but on divine knowledge. It does not need to be investigated. It simply knows. the world begins to transform, not physically, but spiritually. The boundaries between truth and falsehood become visible. Those who used to pretend, who wore faith like a costume for convenience or reputation, are exposed. The beast's mission is not one of vengeance, it is one of exposure, and the exposure is complete. No one can hide behind reputation, lineage, or knowledge. Scholars, rulers, workers, the young and the old, all are judged by their hearts. People begin to speak in hushed tones. Some try to reason, others try to deny what they see, but it is too late. Arguments and philosophies hold no power now. The beast does not engage in debate. It does not respond to questions. It only acts. There is no conversation, no negotiation, no second chance. The time for guidance ended when the sun rose from the west. The time for truth has begun. The presence of the beast creates a silence over the world, not of peace, but of realization. There are no longer questions about who is right and who is wrong. There are no more religious arguments, no more defiant claims. Everyone knows, everyone sees. The truth has become physical, visible. The world is no longer a test. It is the result being declared. The exam is over. The papers are being graded publicly and without bias. And in that silence, memories begin to surface. Those who disbelieved remember the times they mocked the Qur'an, the moments they turned their backs on prayer, the warnings they heard but laughed at, the people they called fanatics, the verses they dismissed as myth, the dreams they ignored. All of it now haunts them like shadows at noon. Believers too remember. They recall their struggle to stay on the path, the moments they questioned, doubted, and nearly gave up, the sacrifices they made to stay true, the friends they lost, the ridicule they endured. But now, with the mark on their face and light shining from their skin, they feel a weight lifted. They were right to hold on. They were right to believe, even when belief felt like walking through fire. Every prophet warned of this. Every scripture hinted at this. Every sincere heart feared this day, not because of destruction, but because of exposure. Because this day strips away the layers of performance and reveals the soul beneath. It is not about how you appeared, it is about who you truly were. And yet the beast does not rush. It is not frantic. It does not move like a beast of the jungle. It moves like a divine servant, with precision, with certainty. Its eyes, whatever form they take, see beyond the flesh. Its hands, whatever shape they bear, do not tremble. They fulfill a command issued before creation itself. Some try to harm the beast, arrows, weapons, fire, but nothing touches it. Not because it deflects, but because it is untouched by this world. It is a being not made to fear or bleed. Its protection is not from armor, but from divine decree. It will not leave until its task is complete. And finally, when the last mark is made, when every soul has been touched, the beast will disappear. Not with a roar or a trail of fire, but with a silence more terrifying than its presence. It will vanish into the earth or into the unseen realm, and the people left behind will not celebrate its departure. They will be left with what it revealed, and the marks will remain, glowing, burning, revealing, because there is no more. The truth is laid bare, and the final chapter of humanity is about to be written, with light and shadow etched across the faces of mankind. And thus the earth stands still, not in motion, but in meaning. The beast has come and gone, yet its legacy cannot be erased. Its footprints are not in the soil, but in the souls of men. The marks it left, light upon the faithful and darkness upon the defiant, remain as the final testimony of who truly believed and who only wore belief like a cloak. No words remain to argue, no secrets are left to conceal, no masks to wear. The illusion of time, of doubt, of delay has ended. This was not a tale of a monster, nor a myth for the fearful. It was the moment truth took form and walked among us, not to punish, not to destroy, but to reveal, to expose the reality beneath the surface. And now mankind is divided, not by borders or bloodlines, but by the mark of their choices. In the silence that follows, the world prepares for the final breath of history. The scrolls are nearly closed. The heavens await the final decree. And the earth, witness to every sin, every prayer, every denial, and every submission, waits for what comes next. The beast did not come to warn, it came to confirm.